Happy November 1st, everybody. Just sitting here waiting for this school bus to get loaded up full of middle school kids. I can usually tell what time I'm going to get to work by whether or not I get stuck waiting for them to load. And unfortunately, this morning I missed it by about 10 seconds. But thanks, guys. Anyway, hope everyone had a great, safe, and enjoyable Halloween. Mine actually was pretty good. We got home, ate some dinner, and we went out. I had to get all decked out. So apparently we mixed up between Marvel and DC. I was the Incredible Hulk, and my girlfriend and daughter were both Batman and Wonder Woman. So you had the Avengers, and then you had the Justice League, and so we kind of mixed it up a little bit. And we also had her brother, who was the Flash. So I was the lone man out being the Incredible Hulk. It was pretty cold, actually, and I had to have ripped off shorts, turned it, that were once pants, and a ripped shirt. So it was pretty cold for me, but managed to just cover it with a jacket and ended up looking pretty good. But the green paint that I had on was kind of difficult to take off. Daughter had a great time though. She got a lot of candy. We're not going to give it all to her at once. You're going to learn that it's you get little bit by little bit by little bit and see how long we can pan it out or stretch it out for, and then use that as sort of like positive reinforcement in regards to have a good day, no biting anybody at daycare, and you get a piece of candy, something like that. So it's not something that she's just going to expect to have, a complete in its entirety, the whole bucket. Like, some parents do that, and that's fine. I was like that when I was a kid growing up, and I still kind of splurge once in a while on candy when I do eat some. But I think that with her, I think as if we kind of spread it out a little bit, and kind of teach her from the beginning that candy is actually a reward. It's not something that's supposed to be indulged and eaten all the time on an ongoing basis, and that you're entitled to it simply because you want it. As an adult, you can get that, but that's where self-control comes in, and you're supposed to resist that. So this morning I got up quite early, actually. I fell asleep at a decent hour last night after we got home from trick-or-treating, and I think the kids were done trick-or-treating around 8:30, so we cleaned up and got everything taken care of and went to bed and managed to get to sleep at a reasonable hour, and then woke up this morning around 3:15, got up, I did 500 push-ups, about 300 curls, resistance curls with my resistance bands, and then I decided to just kind of go all out and do a run in this morning because it's dry out for now. Still a little bit cold, and the wind was really howling, but leaves are blowing everywhere. But it was good. I got that run done. So I got 3 miles in before 6 o'clock. And it kind of brings me to the topic I kind of wanted to hit on today, was just choosing to do something. And that's, I've never been a runner. I'm not one of those kind of people that you look at me and like, yeah, that guy runs. That's never been the case with me. And, my feet they don't plant, or I don't land in areas that runners land. I have my right leg kind of juts out a little bit, so I get blisters on the inside of my right big toe because that's where I push off on, and it becomes an issue with longer hikes, and for longer runs I tend to get blisters on that toe a lot because of the way that my gait is, and that's the thing. It's like because I had a traumatic knee injury. I had a completely ruptured patellar tendon, and when I first started getting the ability to walk again without any assistance, I just started to hike again and get on the treadmill and just try to run. And, you know, I've never been, like I said, I've never been a runner, but the fact that I was unable to even walk or walk down a flight of stairs or sit down without experiencing some resistance or pain for, that probably lasted about a year because I didn't finish my physical therapy the way that you're supposed to. So that's on me, and that's why it lasted so long. But I kind of dealt with it the way that I believe that many problems in life need to be dealt with, or things that you want to do in life. You just have to do it. You know, I'm not a runner. I don't have great times for running. Now I've been able to build up the endurance and the lung capacity to run just nonstop for miles, and I don't stop. But like I said, I'm not fast. I'm not like a lot of these younger guys or these traditional runners that, you know, they can run for forever and maintain a very good mile time. You know, my mile, if I'm running on pretty fairly level ground, is between 8 minutes and like 9:15. So, you know, it's under a 10-minute mile, but at the same time, it's not something, you know, extremely above and beyond what most people do. It's pretty basic, but and that's only because I started doing it. You know, I wasn't a runner. I started running because, you know, that's something that you can do pretty much anywhere. You don't need money. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need these fancy, you know, things, equipment or anything like that. All you need to do is have a pair of shoes, you know, something, and clothes, and you can run anywhere, anytime, whenever you want, you know. So I just started running, and, you know, over time I learned that, you know, certain shoes feel better than others, and so you kind of learn something. But the thing is, you're never going to have a perfect plan. You're never going to have everything you need. You're never going to have that right moment to hit on something or to start something. You just need to take off. You know, it's not a space shuttle launch. It's basically, you know, something that you want to do. You just need to get started with it and get some experience, and pretty soon you understand it, and you learn so many things while doing it in the process. You know, you fail a little bit, you know, and you try something else, and you fail and you try something else, and pretty soon you get it down, you know. And every little improvement you want to make on your times, you can start by doing squats, you can do lunges, you can do certain kettlebell workouts to kind of strengthen the leg. But, you know, the thing is, I started from no experience running after my surgery, and just started running. And pretty soon after that, I was able to run like I am now. I can run every single day, nonstop, for a few miles here and there, and just get my cardiovascular workout in. And like right now, I'm heading to work. It's, you know, just right after 7. And I've already got my workout done for the day. You know, I still have my gym bag with me. I'm still taking it to work, where I don't necessarily, I have access to a gym, but I don't ever really use one because I use this body weight. You know, it's not about, I'm not interested in bulking up and becoming strong. I just want to basically maintain and slightly build on what I have, because the older I get, the more prone I will be to injury. The easier it is for someone to their metabolism slows down and their body starts breaking down. So why not make yourself ready for that fight, ready for that battle, by training yourself now? You know, you're gonna get old, you're gonna get fatter, your metabolism will slow down, your habits will catch up to you. You know, whether you like to snack on ice cream once in a while, it's gonna catch up on you. You like to have a beer every single day or a drink every single day, it'll catch up to you. You know, if you like to smoke, it'll catch up to you. You know, it's funny, whenever I talk about smoking and drinking, you know, people love to throw that out there. Well, my grandfather was 95 and smoked and drank every single day, you know, so, you know, it's in my genes. And what I would say to that is, that happens, but at the same time, it's just, you know, the odds aren't in your favor, and that you're just increasing your odds of getting cancer or, you know, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, something like that. So it's like, why would you do anything to increase those odds? I understand that one person may have managed to slip through life and dodge all those bullets, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen to you too. And it's not one of those kind of things you could be optimistic about. It's just the reality of, it's unhealthy. It's not something you should indulge in I would say ever, at least in regards to smoking. I think drinking is okay in moderation from time to time. But the thing is, it catches up to you. And so when you get to that point in your life where, everything starts slowing down, everything becomes a little more difficult, it's a battle. It's an ongoing battle. It's a daily thing. Arthritis kicks in, pain kicks in, your ability to recover, and become resilient and to pain and things like that. It's going to become more difficult to overcome those obstacles. And so you need to train. And I think that that's important for, you start a little bit in your 20s, maybe get into the regimen in your 30s, and by the time you hit your 40s, you're in a stride. You got a stride going. You have patterns down. You've got the wherewithal to fit in a workout or fit in some sort of a workout somewhere in your schedule, whether, regardless of how many hours you work, how many kids you have, you can still get it in. I don't believe that, everyone has the same amount of hours in a day. You can get it in. You just have to make the effort and find out where you're spending your time, because you can cut back on a lot of things. You just choose not to. So with that, I believe that, positive things will come. You just need to get started, to continue it, to not make excuses, and to realize that it's an important thing that you're pursuing, and that you need to stick with it, and that the end of the tunnel there is light, and that you are doing something extremely important for yourself, and it benefits not only you, but those people that you love and that love you and are in your life. So take care of yourself, live a healthy life, and hope you guys had a great Halloween. I'll see you tomorrow morning, and enjoy the rest of your day.